Alright guys, what's going on? Finally a Jeep video for those of you who have been waiting for Jeep updates, Jeep maintenance, everything concerning my 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So today I'm doing a project that I really don't like doing. It's differential fluid changes. So today I'm just doing the front because it's pretty easy and I just want to knock it out. And I think a shop's gonna do the rear because they're gonna do a seal on it as well. So I'm gonna try to knock out the front. Hopefully it's a quick process. A couple of things really quick. This is the differential fluid that I got. It is Mopar grade, the 75W140. They have royal purple, they have all kinds of other stuff, but it seems like the Mopar stuff is the very best. And it's the recommended, especially from the dealer. So that's what I'm using. But also, this is very important, it does not come with that friction modifier or whatever, because this has locking diffs and limited slip diffs. So this is 4 ounces in each one. So that's definitely important to note as well. So those are the things that you're gonna need, as well as a 14 millimeter hex, which is this one, and some penetrating oil just in case. And I put anti-seize on the end of this just because the bolts get stuck sometimes, and that's just the worst. And that's really it. So this is sort of a DIY slash, hopefully I did this right. This is the method I'm going to be using to remove most of the gear oil. I understand it's not going to remove all of it, and if there are any like metal shavings or something like that in it, this might not really get it all out. But it's sort of like one of those things. There's a certain point of how far you're willing to sort of do the project, and I think this is an appropriate plan of action. I think it's going to do 90% as good as it could be, and I'm doing it myself, just paying for the products here, obviously. So I'm going to be doing it this way, and you just have to reverse the pump here. This was normally attached to the end because normally you're pumping it in, but I'm going to be kind of sucking it out at first, and then I'm going to have to flip-flop this. So hopefully I have luck and the rust doesn't kill me on this project. Usually that's what happens, but we're going to see how this thing goes. Okay, so this is one of the sites that I was using. You want to use 2.35 quarts of the fluid and then 4 ounces of the limited. See how it has the axle notes right there. So this is one of the sites, and it tells you about the oil as well. There's a bunch of sites to use, but that's, you guys think I have all the knowledge. That's definitely not true. Don't ever think that. So this is just one of the many websites. So that's why I have 4, 2 and sort of a half are for the back, and then sort of 2 and a half are for the front. So I might not use all of it, but I'll use as much as I can to get the new fluid in there. Alrighty, so I already kind of loosened this just to make sure I was gonna get it. And this is a breaker bar, but it's the only one that fits. I, for some reason, don't have my socket connector handy, or I lost it or whatever. So this is why I'm using this huge breaker bar. Totally unnecessary and kind of a pain. So I'm doing it the hard way. Bit. Cool. Okay, just gonna slide the pump tube in there kind of as far as it goes, and hopefully my little, there we go. Oh, that's pretty dark. Yuck. That is very dark, guys. This is what I'm doing. I'm just squirting it. It looks very, very dark, as you can see, so that's not good. I think the normal color is kind of like, you know, normal oil, but this is definitely needed. I don't know when it was done last. I bought this used. I've driven it, you know, less than 10,000 miles, but I went off road, and who knows when they did it last. So let's see how long this takes. Alright, so I switched the pump around. This piece is now on this tip, and then the just a little stick is in there, and we're going to try to pump this in. I think it's 2.35, and I'm going to put friction modifier when I get a chance. a little trick here. We want to get it on an angle so it's easier to fill more in there, because then obviously the hole is higher up, so we can put as much fluid in there as possible. Alright, so I'm just gonna unscrew this again because I just put it in hand tight to move the Jeep up. And as you can see, nothing is coming out when before it started to drip out. I don't know if I had that on camera, but it started to spill out. So just slide this back in. And this shit's slippery, so if you get it on your hands, which you definitely will, I do every single time, it sucks. I'm just gonna fill it until it starts to, you know, sort of come back out. There's really, the Jeep is on an angle, so there's no great way to do it I can't think of. I think that's sort of the point, is you know it's full. You can also see how much you put in there, but alright, so it's leaking. I just put about almost 2. Yep, that's leaking out, which is great. It's already over the freaking driveway, so I'm sure everyone's happy about that. Put this back. Alright guys, so that is how you do it. Actually really simple. It didn't really take a lot of any other extra steps. Like usually with the Jeep, there's always something that's rusty or a bolt that's stuck or some tool that I don't have. You know, there's always the sort of the noob problems where you don't have the right tool or whatnot. But my little trick, which is what I've done with the transfer case, I did the transfer case. If you're interested, I have a video for that as well. And I might be doing the rear like I mentioned. I have a very, very slight leak. Actually, I should show you that little, let's see, that little droplet right there is from, I believe, the seal of the transfer case and where it connects to the drive shaft, something like that. Extremely, extremely slow leak. As you can see, it's just like a very, very small drop. But I think there's a gasket there, and I think that what they're gonna do, I don't know if they have to drain the diff to replace that, but if they do, I'm not gonna do the differential fluid, obviously. But if I'm gonna guess that it does need it. So in the next few weeks, I'll have that done. If they don't have to drain it, I might do it myself, but I wanna do paint work on this before the winter time, and as you guys can see, well, I'm actually in shorts right now, which is kind of unbelievable. And it looks like it's about to rain, so it looks a little cloudy. But anyways, that's how you do it. I'll put a link for in the description for the stuff I used. I mean, Jesus guys, look at this. There's stick. This paint is just atrocious. But anyways, I think that's it. Wasn't too bad of a project. Of course, this stuff always smells so bad. And it's very, very like slimy if you get on your hands, which you will. It's, for me, when doing it, definitely very difficult to do without getting it somewhere. It always seems like I'm making a mess. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. More videos will be on this. I have some winter prep to do for the Jeep. As winter comes close, I get a little stressed out. I want to make sure all that's, you know, done and finished as soon as possible. More videos on the M3. Tons of stuff to come. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.